Hey, good morning. Actually, it's almost afternoon. Good day to you all. I'm Willie Bragg. I hope you're all doing well, and I want to discuss some politics. And what I also want to discuss is I want to discuss two prominent YouTube commentators who are more well known than I am, and one crazy person. Yeah, well, the crazy person we will kind of discuss last. It's a crazy person we talk about a lot on this program. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene. It will be the usual opinions that I usually share with each and every one of you. I want to talk about two YouTube commentators that I do follow and I do like, but I have a difference of opinion with one of them. Well, what I'm going to say is, I watched Andrea's program yesterday. I agree with her on pretty much probably a good 85-90% of the politics. Nobody's going to agree with no two people will agree 100%. I mean, I don't expect anybody to agree with me 100%. And politics are pretty good. She's a transplant from another state down here in North Carolina. So since she lives in North Carolina, actually she lives close to where I grew up. So welcome to North Carolina, Andrea. But she has something to say about June Lapine, who I'm actually kind of a big fan of. I think she might have been referring to me yesterday when she said what she said. So I'm going to play you the clip real quick, and I'll share you a few words. So hold tight a moment here. Give me a couple of seconds. This is really short. The first part. Let's see. Hold on. Okay. And let me get everything set up here. This newfangled technology. I'm almost a boomer. Not quite. Okay, here we go.
I'm going to see if I can get through this whole thing. But again, I also, real quick, before we talk about this, want to talk about, I know that there's some people in my audience, I hope zero. I would prefer zero, but I know that there's one or two people that whenever I criticize someone that I'm about to criticize, get really defensive. But there's a stupid fuckface whore, dumb bitch loser, calling herself Shoe0nHead on Twitter. And she was one of the main people that propagated these conspiracy theories about this event in Texas. She's going on Twitter with hundreds of thousands of followers and propagating disinformation about drag events. And her involvement in this propaganda campaign is what directly led to Tucker Carlson talking about this. We got to be honest. Anyone that thinks Shoe0nHead is a good actor, I know some people still, for whatever reason, are fucking stupid, and they think that she's just wrong on everything on accident. But she means well. Fuck that bitch. She is garbage. She is scum, pure and simple. So anyway, with that out of the way, Republicans have been...
Okay. Well, hold on a second here. Let's see. Give me a moment. I'll do that. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, I disagree with Andrea. I'm not going to stop listening to Andrea because I disagree with her. And I really disagree with her there. I mean, she's not a dumb person. She's not a quote unquote bitch. She's not any of that. I mean, I don't know June Lapine. I don't know her personally. I mean, and I know people are going to be like, oh yeah, we all know you got a thing for Shoe0nHead or whatever. Yeah, I do have a thing for kind of small framed brunettes, dark hair women and all that. I mean, anybody who knows me knows that about me. But with the politics, she's probably as close to my politics as possible. And I do not think she's a reactionary in any way, shape, or form. I mean, she's a sock dem, just as I am a sock dem. I'm probably a little further left of a sock dem than she is. In fact, I'm probably considerably more so. She likes Huey Long, which I'm not particularly, never really been too keen on, but I'm more of a Eugene Debs Norman Thomas fan. There are differences, as I said. Everybody has their differences and everything, but no, I mean, Shoe0nHead is 100% pro LGBTQ. I mean, she may take some really weird positions occasionally. I mean, and I think everybody will take a weird position that may not be cohesive in ideology. I wouldn't expect anybody to be a robot and take a party line on every issue. And I would say that anybody who claims that they take a party line on every issue, I don't mean literally a party, but I'm saying an ideological line on every issue. I seriously doubt it. I don't care how far left one is. Somebody is conservative in some areas or a little more moderate in some areas. I don't care how far right somebody is. Somebody's a little more left of center on an issue here and there. We're all complex creatures in everything. But no, Shoe0nHead is not a transphobe, and I hope you're not suggesting that she's a transphobe, what have you. I saw the tweet, and the tweet is gone. She had an initial reaction that, and she saw that, and it's a natural occurrence. It looked a little shocking at first, and it shocked me at first. But I saw it a couple of times, and I was okay with it only because it was pretty damn vanilla at the end of the day. There was nothing inappropriate about this drag show, for what I can tell. Other than it's going to lick itself sign in the background. I mean, that I don't think that was there for the kids and all of that. The parents, their parents were there. It was vanilla. There was no kink for whatever. There was nothing there that really show anything that was inappropriate. So, I mean, and to have these people out there, I don't think that Shoe0nHead is the reason why Tucker Carlson is talking about this or anything. I know she jokes about Tucker Carlson and all that. I mean, she just got a snarky sense of humor. And I think that people, when they have a snarky sense of humor and they're genuinely funny, and to the point where they might come across as goofy and maybe annoying to other people, people kind of want to find a reason to kind of just crap on them. So, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, and Andrea, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, you barely know who I am. We know of each other's existence. But here's the thing. You, Shoe0nHead, and myself got one thing in common. Apparently, we're all for Bernie Sanders in the year 2024. So, I mean, there is that. I don't think she's a transphobe. I don't think transphobes are going to go around cheerleading for Bernie Sanders 2024 when Bernie Sanders himself was an LGBTQ supporter in his early days, long before a lot of liberals got into the act and decided to become open-minded. And I've been a Bernie Sanders supporter longer than you and Shoe0nHead actually been alive. I promise you. Saying that. So anyway, I just wanted to get that out and everything. So we disagree. It's cool that we disagree, but I just wanted to state that I disagree. And I think the Shoe0nHead's based, and sometimes I'm a little taken aback, but I think she's there to shock. It's what she's there to entertain, and sometimes she'll throw people for a loop. So that's how I'm reading into things. So anyway, so we'll talk about another part. I will say part 2 of this, and where I will say it's a little more optimistic with regard to Andrea, where I profoundly 100% agree with Andrea. So, and here we go. Give me a couple of seconds here. And all right. Let's see. No. All right. Let's see. Let me get this thing set up here. Okay, I'm going to play this clip also from yesterday, and then I'm going to share a few words. Hold tight.
So we talk a lot about domestic terrorists on my show. That's right, we're getting serious. We talk a lot about right-wing violence Of course, the recent mass shooting in Buffalo, New York, where a white right-winger traveled several miles to a heavily black neighborhood and shot and killed as many black people as he could. We talk a lot about right-wing violence on the show and domestic terrorism. But one thing that we don't talk about on the show nearly enough are the 4% of domestic terrorists. That's right, we're talking about the left-wingers. 96% of domestic terrorists and domestic terror attacks are done by right-wingers. 4% are done by left-wingers. And what's very interesting is that there's one member of Congress that's willing to blow the lid off of this whole thing. And that's right, we're talking once again about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So here she's going to tell us more about the most dangerous groups in America.
Guys, well, you know how you hear Jerry Nadler and the Democrats and Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and AOC and all these people telling you that the most dangerous terrorists or domestic terrorists in America are white supremacists, obviously. But here's what you need to know. I think some of the most dangerous people in America are trans terrorists.
No, they're not.
Oh, boy. I don't really know what commentary I could add to this other than, just doing this one.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
So anyway, the trans terrorists, honestly, that's badass. I don't know, man, trans terrorist, with a hyphen? That's great. So are they transgender terrorists, or are they terrorists who have transitioned from one form of terrorism to another? What the fuck is this bitch talking about? I don't know, man, but this is just really funny. There's no... Do we need to do the commentary on this shit? I know we do, because sometimes people will watch one of my videos and they'll be like, why didn't you even debunk any of their arguments? All you did was say that they're stupid. Oh, typical left-winger, can't use logic. But honestly, I mean, those comments that I get are really funny. So I'm fine with that. Yeah, I don't need to have any commentary here. But the trans terrorists, can I identify as a trans terrorist? Am I allowed? Or is that too much? I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Felix, what the fuck's your problem, bro? You're coming in here and talking shit. Fuck you, man.
Okay, righty. When it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene, I have no problem saying what I normally say when it comes to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene is trash. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a cunt. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a bitch. She's basically a bleach blonde used tampon to just be thrown away. That's where I stand with Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's just absolute low life scum. Stupid in every way. Just absolutely she is a representation of everything that is wrong with our American political discourse. She is a creature of the Turner Diaries. I mean, she's obsessed with the chapter called "The Day of the Rope" because all she is concerned about is basically, murdering her political opponents. I mean, she wants to see her political opponents murdered. She casually talks about, Second Amendments and hints about, killing people. I mean, that's what she likes to do. And she is one of the most vile homophobes around. I mean, she defends. She tries to make it sound like white nationalists are victims. She goes around. She's obviously racist. And I know some conservatives be like, "There you go, Glenn. Throwing around the race term, you can't win an argument. You got to go call somebody a racist." And I'll throw it around right back around at the conservatives. I said, there you go again. You call people a communist or socialist or whatever, or now your right wingers are calling anybody who disagree with them as pedophile enablers. So there is that. Why is it okay for them to do that? But no, heavens forbid, left wing people or even bland centrists better not criticize the right wing in that regard. And I know I'm kind of sounding like a shitlib today, but Marjorie Taylor Greene is one of the worst people around. So on this part 2 of the video I just showed, I agree with Andrea 100% about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I mean, she's absolute lowlife and everything, and just, I mean, even when I've been the most frustrated with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez for letting me down, as well as the rest of the progressive and left movement for not being aggressive enough in Congress, the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene goes around harassing AOC is enough to just it's kind of like, lady, leave her alone, I mean, it's just, she just makes me she makes my blood boil just to even look at her, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So let me turn that bitch off. There we go. So anyway, I just wanted to go and share that with you. And as I said, and Andrea, if you're watching this program, I know you do your program usually around the same time I do mine, usually in the morning. If you happen to watch it today, don't take it too harshly. No hard feelings about that. I just disagree with what you had to say about Shoe0nHead earlier. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just a fan, and I just wanted to talk about Shoe0nHead, and if I'd ever beat Shoe0nHead, she might not like me. For all I know, she probably think I'm a dirty old man or what have you. Whatever. But I mean, I like her material, and I don't know. There's no need to be all that negative on Jean Lapine, really. My opinion and all of that. So anyway, here on the chat line, we have Les Bones. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene effing sucks. Absolutely. And I agree. Yes, I do agree. Marjorie Taylor Greene absolutely sucks. And we have Alex Schmidt, and he says, how do you feel about Paul's ego claims that engaging in a debate about kids at Pride at all is giving into trans hysteria? Paul's ego. Is that Paul from Deep Fat Pride? Paul Markey with the Amazing Atheist? Is that who you're referring to, Alex? Well, I'll tell you what I think about that. I think all this shit going unanswered will start to make people think that there is some kind of a tolerance on the left, and I hope that there's not a contrarian psychology that people on the left will almost be okay with this, just to own the right. I mean, some things are wrong, and usually in a lot of cases, a lot of right wingers end up getting caught being pedophiles to begin with. I mean, so there is that as well. So hold on a second. I don't know what the hell happened there. Okay. So yeah, I have noticed that, like, there was a congressman in Florida in 2006, Mark Foley. He was one of those Republican right-wing congressmen obsessed about just taking away rights and trying to ban gay marriage and all that, and he was always linking homosexuality with pedophilia and all that. And then as it turned out, this Republican congressman ended up trying to flirt with two teenage boys that were working as page under him. And a conservative talk show host down in Atlanta, Neil Bortz, who kind of leans libertarian, said that he believed in 2006 that the Republicans will lose the House because of the Mark Foley scandal. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I think he might be right. And it turned out, I think that was a factor for the Republicans losing, because they did look like hypocrites. And a lot of right-wing people end up getting caught doing these some of the things. I remember in the 1980s, and Jimmy Swaggart talking about loose women and whores and all of that. And he got caught with a prostitute, and he did the whole crying game on TV, and he begged for forgiveness and everything. And the son of a bitch got caught again. It was funny as hell, and what's even funnier, people that keep going back to and giving him money, con artists that they are, and these preachers and everything. But anyway, if you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree, well, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share the content on this channel. As the First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it. In fact, I encourage it, because we're all the muckrakers of our time. Also, feel free to subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, and remember this, that we have a class war to wage, because that's the only war we need to wage. And we don't need to be fighting wars abroad, around the world, because warfare is a racket to serve defense contractors and enable the military-industrial complex, just like Eisenhower warned us about. In addition, we need to go and fight for free speech, because when we defend our own damn free speech, that's why we need to fight for our free speech. We need to do it to fight for our own damn free speech, which means we need to fight for freedom of the press. Because when you see people like Julian Assange, he's not free. And when he's not free, we're not free. And therefore, we're all Julian Assange, which means this is where I part ways with everybody for right now. And I will talk to you all later. Y'all have a great day. And I will conclude by saying to you all, music.